Ed Bastian said as well that the way volume has come back, at least on leisure, has been, quote, candidly overwhelming. Is that how you feel?
Well, I think so, and that's really surprising. It's good news for, I think, everyone. In-trail, as was mentioned, is business travel, which shows up in the hotel and travel bookings, is not being where it needs to be, but there's really good progress in the leisure markets, and that's helped Southwest and others tremendously.
About corporate, he did say business travel may be back to 60% of 2019 by September. Do you think that's too ambitious a target, given all the new digital tools we have to work with?
I don't believe so. I think there's some real strong moves, as you noticed, the capital commitment of new airplanes at both Delta and United. These guys are not amateurs, and I think they're making the wise bet of betting on that return, and I suspect it's going to be there. I believe it will.
How about EU? Do you see any signs that that's going to loosen up? And I guess, why do you think it's a one-way trade right now between the U.S. and EU visitors?
Without being too critical, we've done a better job in this country of delivering vaccines that work to the population much better than other countries, and that disparity shows up in the traffic patterns. But the EU is going to make it back. That's what we're all counting on. It's just taking them longer to get it done.
So now we're dealing with fleet management. We've seen some big orders from the likes of United. We're waiting for this to graduate into, I guess, more of a wide-body dynamic. What's your view right now on how at least the majors are handling their capacity plans for the next, say, 2 to 5 years?
As I mentioned, they're making some pretty big bets, and those are huge orders and billions and billions of dollars. But I think it's a wise one. It's betting on the long run and the long ball, as they call it. And it's the wise thing to do. To get that position, you need to be there early to get the orders you want when you want them. And then they're available now. You better make your bet.
Gordon, I wanted to ask you about airfares in particular. In yesterday's CPI report, airfares were one of the key areas that saw major increases, year-over-year boost of 25%. Do you think that airfares will continue to stay high, or is that really just a snapback from what we saw in 2020 when air travel was more depressed and things should kind of moderate over time?
I think that surge in pent-up demand has an effect on some of the recent fare, but I think the fares are kind of generally normal to where they were 2019, and the capacity will in fact manage that price level. So without dumping a lot of seats in the market, there's really no reason to decrease fares any further.
And I want to dig into your thoughts on business travel resuming as well. You sound like you agree with Ed Bastian that it will see a significant rebound, but I'm curious why you believe that, because we've seen so many reports about people not even wanting to go back into the office. I'm just hard-pressed to find, in speaking with sources and speaking with executives, people really like the fact that they're not on the road as much as they were back in 2019 and before. And so I'm curious, what will be the impetus that really gets business travel going in the way that it used to be, with so much resistance, especially on the executive side of things?
Good point. I think reluctantly, though, the tide will move back to where office travel and office visits will become the norm again. I don't think we'll ever be 100% the way we were, because a lot of people have figured out they really don't need that overhead expense of an office. But you need to see the person you're trying to make a deal with. You can't really do it by Zoom. I know it's worked for this industry, but to make a deal on a multi-billion-dollar airplane order or a parts supplier, you need to see the people and have the confidence, and it just takes business travel to give them that confidence.
Finally, Gordon, I got a question longer term about balance sheet management. I mean, the industry's changed now to an environment where you're going to want to hold more cash. I have to believe that it's going to be a high bar to rescue the industry again if there's another God forbid, experience like we went through last year. How's that going to change the way CEOs think about cash and debt?
Well, I think they probably still believe that cash is king, because Carl always has been and still is. I suspect, too, that we weathered this storm with the government's assistance, that without that government assistance, there would have been a much more devastation in the market, and you wouldn't see the travel that you have today. But cash is always going to be king, and anybody that's been in the airline business more than a couple of years recognizes that.
You're definitely one of those, Gordon. Always good to get your insight and benefit from your years of experience. We'll talk to you later. Gordon Bethune.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.